So this album has been out for a few days, and I was thinking about talking about it. And I feel it's best if I do. But it's not going to be in the way that you think. It's not going to be a rating. It's not really going to be a review. It's just going to be me talking about how trash this album is as an idea, how trash this album is production-wise, lyrically. It's just all-out trash. But let's get into why I think this is trash. And I've seen people talk about it. I've seen Fantano touch on it. Shout out to Fantano. I've seen Sean C touch on it. Shout out to Sean C. But I feel I should touch on this because if I don't, I feel like I'm doing a disservice to people who actually care and people who are actually on the correct side of history on this one. And the response with this album and the reaction his fans have given it proves to me even more how cultish and how much they love to gaslight, as Kanye loves to gaslight. And it's honestly gross and truly pathetic. And I just want to say how moronic his fans have been and how moronic they have blindly been led by this idiot. And I hear people say, oh, he cares about the black community. Really? When he advocates for forced birthing? When he advocates for the conspiracy of George Floyd not being murdered? Get the fuck out of here. Also, the anti-Semitism on and off record. But let's talk about the off record first. While parading around with Nazis like Nick Fuentes and Gavin McGinnis, you know, associating himself with actual Nazis, and then saying how much he loves Hitler, and then saying he is a Nazi. And people are saying, oh no, he's not a Nazi. Oh no, he's just saying this. He's not really thinking it through. He doesn't mean it. He doesn't know what he's saying. He means no harm. He apologized. When that apology is absolutely steamrolled by the continuation of anti-Semitism he puts on this album, where only in a few seconds into this album, saying, come through, I'ma just black out, keep a few Jews on the staff now. Not to mention the title track where he says, I can't be anti-Semitic, I just fucked a Jewish bitch. Or the closer where he admittedly states he's an anti-Semite, but also bipolar, which is kind of weird because, or you could cite where he's saying, oh no, I'm not bipolar, I'm actually autistic. The car crash gave me autism, when I don't know what fucking world you gotta be living in to believe this bullshit, when that's not how it works. You don't get autism from a fucking car crash. Which furthermore proves how full of shit this guy actually is. And if you still believe him, you're just too far gone. And speaking of too far gone, you talk about sending kids to a fake school when you created Donda Academy, which is proven to be a fake school, which you made. You made that fake school. And also there's him stalking his ex. And look, I'm no big fan of Kim Kardashian. I think she's a moron. I think she's a capitalist. But still, that doesn't give you the right to stalk her regardless. And then make tracks about it. And then use your now wife as a prop to spite her and share your gross obsession of her, as he states on this album, saying, I'm not racist, it's a preference, and said that his now wife is looking like a reference, meaning looking like his ex-wife, and that's the only reason that he's with her. And with these toxic ideologies being put in this album that I've just stated, the separation of artist and art is out the fucking window. And even if he didn't bring that into this record, it would still mostly be trash, to be honest. Because of how poorly mixed this album is. From mostly front to back. And Kanye pulls out the worst bars, the worst melodies, the worst hooks, and worst flows I've probably ever heard him conjure up. Such as Back to Me, where he haphazardly references this line from Dogma and puts it as a hook, and it just sounds like this jumbled tuneless mess. And on Paid, where he just brings in this goofy ass, laughably bad Elmo impression. And a lot of the production on here just sounds like lazy rehashes of what we've already had from Kanye. For example, Paid just sounds like a demo version of Fade. And problematic is Bound 3, but Bound 3 was so terrible, they had to change the name and send it straight to bootleg DVD. And Carnival is trying to sound so anthemic and so blood pumping, but honestly, it's just so boring and tedious to listen to. But then you got Cardi on here delivering a laughable meatwad vocal on here. And then Rich the Kid, I don't know where the fuck you dug him up, but he's on here too. And the same criticisms, I would say, carry on to Fuck Some, which that sounds like a terrible low-budget 3 6 Mafia ripoff. And speaking of ripoffs, there is Kanye just, again, he can't stop ripping off Death Grips, who we thought he learned from Yeezus, but no. He's brought that on to the track Hood Rat, which has the most annoying, grating vocal sample he could pull out by far. I would say from the Back to Me sample of Jay and Silent Bob to this one right here, I don't know. I feel like it's hard to pick a winner here. Or in this case, a winner that's good at being trash. And Ye delivers these garbage sung vocals. I'm cornered by Ye's annoying vocals. I'm cornered by Hood Rat, Hood Rat, Hood Rat being just thrown in my face, and with the bland buried R&B chords right in front of me. But yeah, this album has reached the threshold of absolute shit. Ideologically, it's horrible. Production-wise, it's garbage. Mixing-wise, beyond garbage. You have some nice features, but to be honest, if the only highlight of your album is some features, and then you derail the rest of the album when you appear on your own album, it's not a very good album, is it? In fact, it's a horrible album, isn't it? So yeah, there's definitely Ye albums I think are great. But after listening to this BS a few times, it just rings to me as Ye finding an excuse to put his trash, bigoted, anti-Semitic ideologies out there, misogynistic ideologies out there, all in one demo quality atrocity thrown in my direction. And it's safe to say, I think Ye's glory days are far behind him. No, wait. Ye's glory days are dead and gone, and now we have this trash-ass Nazi spirit here to haunt us. So, those are my thoughts. If you disagree, I don't care. If this offended you, good. If you're a Nazi and you disagree, fuck off. But for those who aren't Nazis, and for those who agree with what I said, cool. Hope you have a good day.